Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Rev Sports. This is another pre-match show here at Rev Sports, and today it's Chennai facing Punjab at the Fortress Jaipur, the walls of which have been breached now by four teams this season in the IPL. Now it's Punjab's turn to breach and make this fallen fortress crumble under it. It can be an easy win for them, but this might mean that Chennai will officially be mathematically be out of this season's Indian Premier League. Joining me is Abhishek Mishra from Lucknow and Atreo. So, Bharat sir will also be joining us, but get right into it. An important match for both of these teams. Punjab will be looking to capitalize on Delhi's slip up last night to get into that top four. So, Atreo sir, I'll go on to you first. How big of a game this is for Punjab to capitalize on so that they can strengthen their position in the top four?
It's a massive day for Punjab, I would say, because as we all know, they had to settle for 1 point because of that washout at Eden Gardens earlier this week. And now, if they win today, they move to second. Actually, if they win today, they move to the second position. And Chennai, as we all know, they don't have a lot to play for. But as we have seen in the past, that these teams, which are towards the bottom of the table and do not have a lot to play for in terms of advancing to the playoffs, they can often score crucial wins to keep the other teams waiting. That is what we have seen a few times, more than a few times in the IPL over the years. So you never know. Chennai playing at home, and they have sort of I wouldn't say rejuvenated their campaign, but the inclusion of Ayush Matre has injected a bit of a fresh life into their way of things, and so they will have everything to play for. And one never knows what happens in these matches. These are close games, and I wouldn't say that. Uh, Chennai have nothing to play for. They do have a lot to play for. They have their fans, a massive committed fan base over there, and they would like to salvage whatever they can from whatever remains in IPL 2025. So Punjab will not have it easy.
Hopefully it isn't easy because there are a lot of fans that will be pouring in at this Chepauk Stadium because this is their second last home game this time and for this season. But coming to Bharat sir, last time when these two teams faced each other, Priyansh Arya scored a mammoth 100 in 39 balls. And this time around, with Prab Simran also in a superb form, there are four uncapped openers this time. Chennai also have rejected their openers. They have Sheikh Rashid and Ayush Matre, like Atreo sir said that. But Priyansh Arya, your thoughts on him and how crucial his momentum giving him, how good he will be for Punjab given that their middle order is still struggling.
Yes, a good player. If you notice, the one good thing that he does is snap the wrist. That is something that is quite similar to Jose Butler. I think that is one aspect of his game which helps him to hit in areas that a bowler generally wouldn't expect him to. For example, if you bowl a Yorker length delivery, then he can perhaps slice it slice it over a point or on those lines and hit a six or at least a boundary. So he can hit those kind of shots because he's so good. His wrists are so good. Snaps it really well. So he and Prab Simran Singh always had talent. Even if you go back to 2019 IPL when he was in the auction or on those lines and he was taken by Punjab Kings only, I guess. Even then, one could see that kind of talent. But this season, he seems to be a little more consistent, and that is what is really helping them because Punjab Kings usually get that kind of platform. At least these two will get you 50, 60 runs up front, and that really helps Punjab Kings. I think their batting lineup is very good, although Glenn Maxwell has had his struggles. I understand that. Stoinis also may not be at his best, but still they have a good batting lineup. I think if anything, Punjab Kings might have some problems in their bowling lineup. Yes, Bartlett is quite inexperienced. Marco Jansen is kind of, what can I say, unpredictable. You never know. In Test cricket, he's a different kind of bowler. He's got a lot of wickets in Test cricket, but in limited overs cricket, sometimes he goes for plenty of runs. Chahal has taken his 9 wickets in 9 matches, but again, not at his not exactly at his best. As I noted in that particular copy as well in the morning, he's only bowled 2 googlies in his IPL, only 2 googlies. That really doesn't help him. Definitely, they have good batting lineup, and as you noted, Prabh Simran Singh and Priyan Sharia have been giving that a good start, the left hand, right hand combination.
Definitely a good batting lineup, but there are issues, there are vulnerabilities that PBKS will be looking to counter in this match. But coming to Abhishek, a slip up here for Punjab means a spicier top four competition because Delhi also slipped up. They have been slipping up at the Firozshah Kotla, Arun Jaitley Stadium, as we call it now. What are your thoughts? How do you see Punjab playing this out, and how do you see the pitch playing out? Because the last time they played, these two teams played, they scored. Both of them scored a 200 score. Even though Chennai fell short by 18 runs, they both breached the 200 mark. How do you see this game panning out today? Will the bowlers be spinning their web, or will the batters have their say?
Again, what I heard it will be a black soil wicket, so maybe a little movement. If the ball is gripping, maybe it will help the bowlers like Jadeja or Brar. I mean, whoever plays. But I think that CSK has nothing to lose. From here, they have nothing to lose. I mean, if they are losing this match, they will be out of the qualification for play of the race. But I think Punjab has a better chance. Their batting is doing good, and also there's some James Hope yesterday stated that they have some problem. I mean, their middle order is not getting untested, but it's still that they have all the capabilities. The bigger concern will be will Marcus Stoinis play in place of Glenn Maxwell or not? Because Glenn Maxwell just became the Wayne Maxwell. He's not performing. He's not getting the runs. Last 16 innings, I got a data from somewhere that he scored only 100 runs, and this year as well that in the sixth inning it's 48 runs. So Punjab, the deeper concern for the Punjab is Glenn Maxwell, except that they has a good lineup compared to the Chennai Super Kings. So coming to the Chennai Super Kings point, I think they have the young opener. Which, still, I would love to see uh, Rachin Rabin or anyone else in the place of Sheikh Rashid. Sheikh is good, but still that he's not the kind of batter who just give you the free flowing start, sixes in the power play. I mean, whatever sixes CSK has smashed till now, it's only Ayush Mahatre was the guy. So I would love to see, I mean, Rachin Rabin in place of Sheikh Rashid, and it's still that I hope that once Vedi gets a chance, I mean, he's the guy who all of us were looking from the start that will the CSK play once Vedi or not, and also their bowling has some concern that Pathirana is not getting whatever. There's Bharat sir and also Atra sir also said that Pathirana is not the guy. Uh, he's not performing well. So we should CSK would look to try Nathan Ellis. I mean, if they will look at him. So overall, I think that Punjab is looking good from here now, and also that if Marcus Stone is playing, I mean, everyone remembers what he did in the Chennai last year.
Yes, yes. I mean, there's one good point that I have picked up from Abhishek that the lower middle order is not working, and Marcus Stoinis can come in from Glenn Maxwell. Now, Atreus, coming to you, Glenn Maxwell in the IPL has earned somewhere around 87-90 crores from the auction and has almost never given any good kind of performances that, I mean, you can feel, okay, Maxwell is playing well in this tournament. He's finally given what he does for Australia to for the franchisee league as well. That has almost never happened. There might be instances. I think he scored somewhere. His highest is 95. So that there are instances, no doubt about it. But he hasn't remained consistent. He averages around 23. That is, and his strike rate is 150. At the low in the lower middle order, you want someone to strike more than 200 at that point in time. Coming at the fag end. Your thoughts? Who do you think should play for PBKS in this lower middle order? Which Australian? Josh Inglis, Marcus Stoinis, or the Glenn Maxwell that we know?
Yeah, it's a very valid point. That what does Glenn Maxwell do when he comes to the IPL? I mean, there have been many occasions when he attracted staggering prices. And as we can see from the statistics, which do not lie, that his returns have seldom been uh, on a par with what was expected. I think in 2014 he got off to a brisk start in 2014, which partly played in UAE, partly played in India. That year he was playing for Punjab, and he made a big impact in the initial phase. But by and large, we can say with some amount of conviction that Glenn Maxwell has never been the player that he has been for the Australian side, for the Australian white ball sides. So that's one of those things that you can't explain why, because everything should have gone, everything was in his favor. I mean, these wickets, these pitches in India, by and large, they assist batting, and at least in the first half of the IPL. And despite that, him not coming good, and repeatedly, this is not the first time. And the team actually, whichever team picks him, they keep him in a very important position because they expect him to provide the late thrust towards that innings, and towards the end of that innings, which is a very crucial, position for someone to have, and that too, an overseas professional. So Maxwell has not clicked. I mean, let's. There is no doubt about that, and I think Punjab Kings will look at other options. I mean, English is possibly capable of causing bigger damage at this point in time, and Stoinis is a. Although their bowling styles are different, but Stoinis and Maxwell are in a way like for like replacements. Although the bowling styles are different. So I think those are the options they can look at, and that's the possibly the only weakling, because top three are firing. I mean, the Arya, Prabshimran, and Shreyas Iyer are firing. After that, you have English, who has come good in the 4 or 5 matches that he has played. Shashank Singh is someone the team trusts to deliver towards the end of the innings. Jansen has contributed important runs. So as far as that finishers, star finishers position goes, that's where they have been found wanting, and that's because of the failures of Maxwell. So I think we can expect a change. Yeah.
Well, sir, coming to you, I mean, Theo sir said that there is a need to change here, but I don't think any of the Australians have performed really brilliantly well this season. Travis Head is struggling, Pat Cummins is struggling, Glenn Maxwell has always struggled. Then Marcus Stoinis hasn't also been the best. Then others as well. No one has been brilliant, to say the least. But your thoughts on Glenn Maxwell, and can it be said that this might be his last season in the IPL because he never performs the way he is expected to?
Yeah, it could be. C is a very instinctive player. Somewhere it has not happened for him in the IPL. He's the kind of player it feels like if he feels the next ball has to go for a six, then it has to go for a six. Whatever the length, whatever the line, it has to go for a six. It kind of has worked for Australia at times, but it has not worked for him in the IPL, barring a couple of seasons. Even if you notice that innings against Afghanistan, the way he played, it felt like he was premeditating a lot. It's not like he played a calculated innings or on those lines, thinking about which bowler to hit, which bowler to kind of place, take singles or twos. He does a lot of premeditation in a way. Maybe in some other time, he would make some. Remember Kim Hughes, that Australian player who scored a couple of brilliant hundreds against West Indies, but premeditated a lot. And I think Maxwell is quite similar in terms of his mindset, though he's a little more successful than the former Australian captain. That is what I can say about Maxwell. About the rest of the Australians, see, one point I would always had in T20s, Australia have not succeeded as much as they have done in ODI cricket. If you look at their record, Australia have not succeeded much in this format. They have won one T20 World Cup, but generally a lot of Australians get gigs in IPL. That is how it is. Yes, some of them have succeeded over a period of time. Last season, Pat Cummins led the side really well when he did Mitchell Stark for KKR. Got going, turbocharged his engine and took a lot of wickets in the finals playoffs. So they have done the trick, but Generally, if you notice, Australia's record in T20s is not that great, but because of their reputation, a lot of them keep getting gigs, and also maybe some of them are Australian coaches. So obviously, that would be a little bit of maybe preference to the Australian players. That's what I can tell. Someone like Bart Lattis is a fine bowler in Australian conditions, seems the ball a little bit, but is still inexperienced. But he can definitely get a gig in the IPL. That is something that is related to a lot of Australians as well. But that is how it is, uh, and maybe it will likely continue.
I hope it's not the case because a lot of money has been spent on these players, and they are, I mean, international level players. Everyone expect them to play like that. But coming to Abhishek, अब आते हैं पंजाब के कैप्टन पे श्रेयस अय्यर बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट प्लेयर हैं he is one of the upcoming not upcoming but he is one of the contenders to lead India at some point in time बात होती रही है there are other people as well अक्सर भी हैं काउंट होते हैं उसमें शुभमन गिल has been doing well for Gujarat but coming to Shreyas Iyer उनकी batting is now a bit of a concern for Punjab he has not been that great of a batter for Punjab initially उन्होंने few innings दी थी पंजाब को but lately it has all gone down. I think last match May there was 125 before that Kolkata washout. In the previous match he scored somewhere around 20-25. But क्या लगता है what is going wrong with Shreyas and how is he going to play today in a must-win game for Punjab? You're on mute. You're on mute.
सॉरी या तो आई थिंक आज के मैच में श्रेयस अय्यर का फॉर्म तो बहुत ज़्यादा निर्धारित करेगा जिस हिसाब से पिच का रिपोर्ट आया है आई मीन इट विल बी हैवली स्पिन ऐसा सुनने में आ रहा है तो श्रेयस इज द गाय हु कैन डू समथिंग इन दैट काइंड ऑफ विकेट जब सम क्विक 30-40 और वॉट एवर बिल्डिंग द पार्टनरशिप जैसे भी हो सकता है श्रेयस अय्यर का फॉर्म कंसर्न में रहा है आई मीन स्ट्राइक रेट तो अभी भी उनका ठीक ठाक ही है बट स्टिल दैट इन द लास्ट फ्यू मैचेस वो वैसा श्रेयस अय्यर दिखा नहीं है जो जैसा स्टार्टिंग में था एंड ऑल्सो पंजाब की भी लास्ट मैच की 5 और 6 मैच की परफॉर्मेंस देखी जाए तो इट विल बी हॉट एंड कोल्ड दे आर नॉट वो जिस तरह से शुरुआत की थी उस तरह की पंजाब किंग्स अभी दिख नहीं रही है तो श्योरली श्रेयस अय्यर का जो फॉर्म होगा उससे ही डिसाइड करेगा एंड थोड़ा सा देखना पड़ेगा कि हाउ जो बॉल टर्न करके थोड़ा सा अंदर आ रही है उस पर कैसे खेलते हैं और बाकी एस्पेक्ट्स पे कैसे काम करते हैं बिकॉज ही विल बी द क्रूशियल फॉर पंजाब ही इज द काइंड ऑफ गाय जिसको पंजाब को भी एक उम्मीद है श्रेयस अय्यर से कि वो ले जाएंगे टीम को प्ले ऑफ्स में काफी दिनों के बाद तो इज अ की प्लेयर फॉर पंजाब एंड उनकी फॉर्म डिसाइड करेगी
He is a key player for Punjab, and given the way their middle order is performing right now, his performance is going to be crucial at a pitch which is going to be very spin friendly, like Abhishek pointed out. Atreya sir, Shreyas Iyer is known for his spin playing abilities. He is in the Indian team, even in the Test match teams. He is because of his abilities to counter that spin, even on home conditions where a lot of Indian batters have struggled. But आज के मैच में श्रेयस अय्यर जैसे एक ने बोला that he is going to what are you
I think I lost you for a
are you
bit
there?
in the middle. Can you just come to the last part of the question, please?
Did you get my question? Yeah, I was asking you what are your thoughts. Like Abhishek pointed out that he's going to be a very crucial player for Punjab. His strike rate has remained the same, but his form has been on the lower side. How do you see him playing out? Because he is known for his spin playing abilities. He has been in the Indian team and across format because of his abilities to counter spin in the middle overs. How do you see this batter performing today at this spin friendly pitch?
Yeah, I mean, given the way Shreyas Iyer had started this season, considering that compared to that, there has been a dip in his performance in the last 4 or 5 games. But I think in the last game, there were signs of him getting back there, where he usually is. And he's a known destroyer of spin bowling in the domestic circuit. Even on pitches which are conducive for a spin, he's somebody who can impose himself on the bowlers In fact, I remember a Bombay versus Tamil Nadu match in Chennai many years ago. Mumbai lost that by an innings, a very rare innings defeat for Mumbai in the history of Ranji Trophy. And in that game, it was a rank turner. I mean a fairly turning pitch. Tamil Nadu played four specialist spinners, and in that game, Shreyas Iyer got half centuries in both innings, and that was he was very young at that point in time. It was possibly second season or something like that. And so he is somebody who can dominate spin bowling, and even on pitches which are not that great for batting and which are slow and where the ball tends to keep low, he can change his game accordingly. I mean, he starts bringing into play different sorts of methods, and that's where you can see that he's not a one-dimensional player. I mean, on a belter of a wicket, on a normal kind of normal on a typical IPL wicket, which is a 190 to 200 wicket. On those kind of pitches, he is somebody else. I mean, who scores at a strike rate of 180 with an average of 50 plus, even in T20s. And same player, he can possibly change his game according to the changing requirements, if need be. So I'm quite hopeful that I'm quite optimistic rather that Shreyas Iyer can come good. It may not be a 50 ball 85, but it can still be a knock of substance. I mean, on every pitch, you don't have to score 210 to secure a win. Sometimes 165, 170 can be a handy total. And in that case, in such scenarios, a 25 ball 38 is as important as a 50 ball 80. So Shreyas Iyer is somebody who can operate on both gears. He can at least in Indian conditions. These are the pitches. These are pitches he knows inside out. I mean, he has been playing on these surfaces since he was 14 or 15 years old. So he knows these things inside out, and is somebody who is a good student of the game. I mean, he you can see that from the way he adapts, from the way he formulates new methods to score runs and to survive over there. So those are signs that here is somebody who thinks about his game. Who there is a lot of application going on behind the output that we see. So Shreyas Iyer is somebody who's capable of handling this challenge. What will happen today, we don't know, but I think he has it in him to accept this challenge and come good against this.
Yes, yes. Bharat sir, coming to you now. So Chennai has been rejigging, coming to Chennai because there are two teams playing. I understand that they might be almost out, but we have to speak about them. They have already started to play these youngsters, Ayush Matre, David Brevis, and both of them have performed in the chances that have been given to them. Sheikh Rashid as well. He might not have been that well in the last game, but he has been showing some signs that Chennai is moving in a different direction. And do you think that at this point in time, Chennai has already given up on the season and they are now, I mean, it's understandable. It's very difficult for them to get into the playoffs, but irrespective, they have started to plan for the next season, next auctions, and according to that, because Vansh Bedi was also seen doing wicket keeping drills. And Ramakrishna as well. They all have been doing that match simulation that Chennai does. So, what are your thoughts on these youngsters and Chennai's new tactic? Is it just for the future? What are they trying to do here?
Yeah, I think it is more or less for the future because this season, I believe, is almost over. Yes, there is always a glimmer of hope. They can do something. They can script a heist and somehow come through. But that chances are very slim. So it's better if they look towards the future. They can even bring in Andres Siddharth, the left hand player. He's a stylish player to watch. Doesn't have much footwork, but he's a stylish player. You talked about Vansh Bedi. I watched him a little bit in DPL. Smashes a long ball, especially through the onside. The typical modern day, quintessential modern day hitter may not hit much to the offside, but clears his front leg and give it a mighty thump. So with all these youngsters, they have to look at. They're scoring some runs, as you noted. Matre scored some runs. Someone like Brevis looked good in the last game. Though always people always tell that he's a problem against the short ball, but he still looked good in the last game. So all these young players, if they score runs, will definitely help CSK maybe for the next season. Obviously, they will still look to rejig a little bit in a mini auction here or there. Maybe get a few more players in the upcoming auction. But yes, it's definitely I think more for the future because as far as this season is concerned, I believe it's more or less over for them. And today they still have a chance of winning a few matches, stitching a few victories. I think today they have a good chance as well because they have a fine spin. They still have a good enough spin attack for the conditions. If Noor Ahmed and all come good, then who knows? They might go on to win this match as well.
There are always glimmer of. Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yeah, now
Hello.
you are audible. Now you are
Sorry,
audible.
sorry about that. I think वहाँ पे नेट का कुछ इशू था. But coming to अभिषेक, अभिषेक मेरे को दिख रहा है वहाँ पे पीछे बैकग्राउंड में बहुत अंधेरा हो चुका है. You're sitting somewhere out in the garden. But लास्ट 4 मिनट है मैच स्टार्ट आई मीन टॉस होने से पहले. सो आई विल टेक योर थॉट्स ऑन what changes should Punjab and Chennai make in their lineup to strengthen their chances of winning today? What are the changes that you are seeing?
I mean, एक पॉसिबल चेंज है. मार्कस ट्वेन इज कमिंग इन प्लेस ऑफ ग्लेन मैक्सवेल. देन अगेन अगर पिच पे स्पिन होता है तो चेन्नई के पास 2 और 3 गुड लेफ्ट हैंडर बैटर्स हैं, तो उनके उनके अगेंस्ट मैक्सवेल ही इकलौता जवाब है पंजाब के पास आई थिंक. तो वो चेंजेस नजर नहीं आएंगे. चेन्नई के पर्सपेक्टिव में आई वुड लव टू सी दीपक हुड्डा के प्लेस पे वंस बेरी एंड ऑल्सो पथिराना के प्लेस पे एलिस को देखना चाहूंगा. आई मीन हार्ड बॉल हार्ड लिंक से वो क्या कर सकते हैं, दैट वुड बी अ पॉसिबल थिंग. तो ये तो ये 3 चेंजेस हैं विच आई वुड एक्चुअली लव टू सी. और इससे आई थिंक थोड़ा पॉसिबल आई मीन स्ट्रेंथ होगी चेन्नई की टीम. पंजाब की टीम में आई डोंट थिंक दैट आज मैक्सवेल को चेंज ही करेंगे वो लोग. डोंट नो दैट व्हाट विल हैपन, बट स्टिल ही इज द ऑफ स्पिनर्स काइंड ऑफ फैक्टर वो लेके आते हैं, तो उसकी वजह से मैक्सवेल का हो सकता है रिप्लेसमेंट ना हो.
Possible. Before I go to Athrev sir, just wanted to clear. I'm not going to take this comment, but I'm going to point this fan out. Virat Kohli, RCB 18, whoever you are, under the guise of a legend of a player, stop making those stupid comments. We're not going to take any of that. So if you want to do this, don't be on this platform. Amit Ganguly, please don't respond to them like that. I will not take that. Please don't do all of this crap on this show. Thank you so much, but don't do this here. You can go somewhere else. Coming to Athrev sir, what are your thoughts? What changes are you seeing in these two lineups that can help them strengthen their side or help them to win today? Chennai will obviously look to end their season at a high by winning these final few home games. Punjab will be looking to capitalize on Delhi's slip up to get into that playoff spot and secure their spot. So what are the changes do you think? Maxwell, he pointed out that he might still continue. Abhishek ने बहुत अच्छा point किया कि he might still be in the lineup because of his bowling abilities. What are your thoughts on this?
See, it's as far as CSK is concerned, I do not see a lot of strategic changes because they don't have a lot to play for, and they know what they have. I mean, they are one side. I mean, even even in a bad year, they are very well aware of what kind of resources they have, because that is how they come to the IPL every year. They are possibly the one of those sides which has the best understanding of its resources. So strategically, I don't see a lot of changes. But as we have seen in this season already, that they have injected fresh blood in the form of Rashid, the opener, Sheikh Rashid, the opener, right? Yeah, Sheikh
Yes,
Rashid, the
yes.
opener, and also Ayush Matre. and these are young players that they have fielded in the middle of the season, which they do not usually do. And as Bharat pointed out, that they have Andre Siddharth waiting in the wings, and in a lineup which does have batters who have not fired. I mean, uh, Deepak Huda, Rahul Tripathi, even Vijay Shankar, they have not really set the stage on fire. So there is room for Chennai to try out these new faces for the future. It may not pay them immediate dividends this season, because it's very difficult for them to qualify from now on. But what they can do is they can try out these people and see how they work, and possibly take a step towards the future. As far as Punjab goes, yes, I think Abhishek made a very important point, that despite the question mark over Glenn Maxwell's form with the bat, he can be their spin. He can be an important spin bowling option if the Chennai pitch assists spin. So that way he can possibly retain his place in the 11. But as far as batting goes, I think it's not going anywhere. And Punjab is one side, is the of the two playing tonight. Punjab is the side which is in a position to make strategic changes in the lineup. Like this thing
One second,
didn't work in the
before
previous game.
we move on,
So will
just wanted for everyone to know that Punjab Kings have won the toss and they have opted to bowl first. You may continue. Just wanted to give that brief before we move on.
yeah. So the bowling lineup, once we get that, I think that will become more interesting, make things more interesting. But just come back to your question and keep, I mean, just end my answer that Punjab possibly is in a position to make strategic changes. Chennai, if they make changes, that will be, I mean, futuristic.
Definitely, it will be depending on these two factors. Bharat sir, we have the toss result. Punjab have won the toss. And by the way, there's also one news that Maxwell has a fractured finger. So that is something that is coming up. So, Bharat sir, your thoughts on the toss? You see any changes, and then your final prediction for the game.
That's kind of expected because maybe they're thinking that there will be a little more dew later on in the match. Though I'm hearing that conditions are not so humid today. That's what I saw a couple of comments. But so we expected the Punjab Kings opted to bowl. My predictions, I have gut feel that Punjab Kings are slightly on a slippery path, just like Delhi Capitals. They're kind of losing a few games. Maybe they punched above their weight like Lucknow Super Giants. They're also on a losing streak. So I have gut feel maybe CSK will win one game here or there. Maybe today is that day that CSK at their home ground are going to win. Though toss prediction tells that the toss event tells that Punjab Kings should win this because obviously a lot of teams opt to ball first, hoping that a little bit of dew comes into play. So that's what I would say. And Maxwell's injury, yes, wishing him the best. But obviously, the IPL has not gone well for him. So who knows? We may not see again. We may not see Maxwell again in the world of IPL at least for the next season.
Okay, so Bharat sir says Punjab. Abhishek, Atrev sir, your predictions. I'll go to Abhishek first. Abhishek, your prediction for the game.
Uh, I mean, I'm hopeful that Chennai will win. I don't know why, but आई थिंक उनको एक जो मिडिल ऑर्डर में एक जो उनको स्टेबिलिटी मिलनी थी वो मिल जाई है, तो मोस्ट प्रोबेबली वो जो फ्री फ्लो फॉर्म है शिवम दुबे के ऊपर वो टेंशन नहीं होगी कि वो स्पिनर्स को अटैक करने की. आई थिंक वो आज आयुष माते से अगर ऊपर से उनको थोड़ा बहुत मिलता है मदद तो मे बी आई थिंक कि वो चेन्नई बेहतर करेगी. और ऑल्सो थोड़ा सा ऐसा ओवरकास्ट कंडीशन सुनने को आ रहा है, आई डोंट नो दैट कैसा है, बट स्टिल अगर थोड़ा ओवरकास्ट कंडीशन होती है तो ड्यू भी नहीं आएगी, तो आई थिंक चेन्नई को थोड़ा एक हेल्प कर जाएगी सेकंड इनिंग में भी अगर पंजाब बॉलिंग कर रही है तो.
By the way, Dhoni has said this. I mean, I don't know if he was so much. He said it in, I mean, in a comic sense or whatever it was. His starting of comment during the toss was, "I don't know if I'm coming for the next game," and then he laughs it off. So it's a big question that he has put up: is Dhoni going to continue? But that is something that we'll discuss later. Atreya sir, your thoughts. I believe you have stayed in Chennai. I am going to believe that you are going to go for Chennai for this game as well.
You get it right. You get it absolutely right. I mean, I don't know whether we'll get the ultimate result right as well or not, but Chennai is like my second home. So who else can I root for?
So there you have it. Abhishek and Atreya sir goes for Chennai. Bharat sir is with Punjab, and
I
I
said
am.
also Chennai only. I said law of
Oh,
averages. Chennai Super Kings might win that odd match. That's what I told. I told that Chennai Super Kings might win that odd
In
okay,
match.
that
sorry.
in that
I'm
case, it's sure shot Punjab because three of us have said Chennai, then Punjab sure.
Okay, so it's all out Chennai support today. I'll be the odd one out and I'll pick Punjab because I'm wearing the pink. I mean, somewhat similar to their red shirt, but irrespective, there you have it, folks. There is the prediction. Punjab have all won the toss. They have opted to bowl. Maxwell is out with a fractured injury. His replacement hasn't been announced yet, but for more such news and content, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. Of course, we will be back at the end of the match with another post-match show. So do not forget to join us back then as well. Until then, bye bye.